going on, you guys? What's going on, YouTube? Boosted here. Beautiful weather today. We're going to take the car through the wash. Hope you guys' weather is improving. Goodbye winter, hello spring. Come on, I'm ready. I know you guys are ready. I'm going to show you underneath the hood of my car. I got to show you one little change we've made in the past month, and we'll get right in. All right, we got the hood popped. Of course, we're repping Cobb everything. But yeah, there it is, the new addition. We have a Cobb SF intake. I have the box, actually. I haven't installed it yet, but I do have the box for it. But yeah, great upgrade for your vehicle, especially if you plan on making any kind of power numbers at some point. It's breathing better, running better, pulls harder. The turbo noises, of course, are amazing, so can't say enough about Cobb and what they do. I buy almost everything Cobb as far as my tuning goes. But yeah, 10 out of 10, highly recommend it. You guys throw one of these in and it's going to be blowing off, making turbo noises, and of course increasing all of that horsepower and numbers that you're trying to see in the future. We're back in the car doing a little warm up here, get the engine good and warmed up, then we'll take it to the car wash. But in the meantime, just pulled up another article on my phone. What the real reason for this video is the Subaru WRX STI is dead. Subaru announced it. They are going to be going away from the internal combustion engine STI. Reading this middle part right here, Subaru Corporation is exploring opportunities for the next generation Subaru WRX STI, including electrification. In the meantime, a next generation internal combustion engine WRX STI will not be produced based upon the new WRX platform. All right, so number one, what does that mean for us as enthusiasts? Where's Subaru heading, and how is this going to affect all the other STIs that are on the market? So I think if we start from the top here, the new WRX New Generation Platform that they just released, I think it was a flop, okay? So is it going to sell? Yeah, of course, it's WRX. It's going to sell. Is it even close to their top-selling vehicles at Subaru? No. The WRX and the STI are nowhere close to being the top vehicles sold at Subaru. But, I mean, you look at the design, the backlash, and you know the marketing team, you know, they're probably getting pounded with the surveys and customer reports and everything they've dug into to see how this WRX New Generation was received. And I promise you, it wasn't well received. So you look at that, and they use that for a basis on the STI, because of course, as we all know, every time they release an STI, which they have for 30 years, it always looks, of course, like the new generation model that they release. You know, they put a wing on it, bigger brakes, track suspension, bigger wheels normally, short throw shifter. You know, they add the STI type parts, and then they release it. They release it based on the way the new generation looks. So if you take that into consideration, number one, okay, this new generation isn't being well received, and now they're like, okay, well, is the STI going to sell well, or is this going to be the worst STI sales we've ever had, just based on purely looks? I'm not talking about engine platform. I'm talking about just the looks. So you factor those looks, you know, the new generation style that was not well received, like I said, you factor that in with the market that we're in, the chip shortage, you know, all of those factors, and then the overall media and auto blogs that were shouting, screaming, new STI to have 400 horsepower. 400 horsepower. Even the S209, as amazing as they did on that car, in Subaru Technica, I mean, they tuned the crap out of that car, and it didn't make 400 horsepower, okay? So maybe it's like, if you're at Subaru and you're on the production team and you're on the marketing team, maybe it's like, you know, are we really going to release a car that's not going to meet the expectations of the enthusiast and people and demographic that drive this car, that go out and purchase this vehicle? Because if it's not going to be well received on its looks, and it's going to fall short of the horsepower, which I'm sure it was, and it's difficult as heck to make it right now, why are we going to do it? So, I mean, I get it. I kind of get it. But at the same time, it's like, Subaru, you have to make WRX and STI and the BRZ, you have to make that line of vehicles your performance vehicles and leave them at that and do well with it. You know, if you need to reduce emissions, reduce them somewhere else. The enthusiasts want what they want, and you're selling this car as an enthusiast car. These cars are not your top selling vehicles. They do not make up a huge percentage at all of your sales. So why mess with it like that? Or maybe that's the whole point. Maybe it's, you know, we're going to get rid of the STI and potentially maybe even get rid of the WRX because, you know, we don't need it. We don't need it. It doesn't make up enough of our sales. I'm actually about to wash this car at Sheetz, guys. Sheetz is a good gas station. Not to get off on a rabbit trail from our conversation, but Sheetz is very good wash, is what I should say, a wash. But, you know, for the money, it's not bad at all. Yeah, I put $12 in at this wash, and, you know, it does pretty good. It's laser, so it's not going to scratch anything up, but the moral of the story is probably don't get a black car. I mean, they're beautiful and they're clean, but it's tough. It's a tough life for me with black car. But yeah, Subaru, the electrification. Wow, this is... Sorry, you guys. Actually really loud and distracting me, but... Yeah. Oh, 19.7. Ah, not too shabby. Stage 1 plus Cobb. Man, this is super loud. I might have to like wait until I get out of here. All right, guys, stand by. All right, what was I saying? The electrification. Man, that's a fun word. Electrification. The electrification of the Subaru STI is upon us. I could see maybe a hybrid. You know, that maybe they can keep that in a decent price range, but full electric. I mean, who's your competition? Let's go back POV. So I guess the moral of the story, and I'm gonna wrap it up here, is they're going to electric vehicles. Subaru has constantly fell behind. I mean, let's all be real. When the Focus RS came out, it was faster than the STI. Type R, if you put it on a track, or even from an actual roll, a longer race, is faster. Subaru is just slowly falling behind all of its competitors, and when Evo left the market, it really pushed Subaru WRXs and STIs up because they lost a huge competitor. But now it's like, well, shoot, I mean, the STI is gonna be put on hold for probably at least, and I don't want to hurt any feelings, but we might not see an STI for 4 or 5 years till this generation's up, and then who knows what they'll do with the WRX. I mean, if the sales flop, will they even bring a WRX back? I mean, we're talking about the things of nightmares here, folks, things of nightmares. But I don't know. My advice to you is, if you were saving your hard-earned dollars to buy a new STI, and right now you're just looking at a white wall in your room, just Indian style, with a bottle, don't freak out, because guess what? You still have time to go nab a used STI and hold that thing till you die. I mean, I'm going to hold this car I have forever. I'm not getting rid of it now. This is a classic in the making now. That's what they've officially done. I'm not saying this is the new 1994 Supra or this is going to be the new Evo, but I would not be surprised if in 20 years an STI of any year or make or style is worth a pretty penny, guys. So go snag you one. Make it an investment for you. Get your car of your dreams if you were waiting to get the STI. And we move on. We move forward and we see what they do with the STI in the future. It's a dark day, folks, but at the end of it, Subaru's behind. They're behind on their emissions. They're behind on performance, clearly, and they just feel that it's time to move in a different direction that is leading them towards electrification or hybrid or something to do with improving the environment. So with that being said, y'all, I will catch you on the next video, and we'll do a little celebratory pull in sport.